Alright friends, this is Vanessa Joy here with Shutter Mag, and I'm showing you essentially the outcome of my creative ret. So I'm not going to give you the technical about this multiple exposure image. I just want to show you how it came about and really how many times I failed before I got what I wanted between this photo as well as this one that I took on a recent wedding. Let me show you, if you do want to learn the tech, basically this is what I did. I read this ebook by a guy named Karsten, and he's amazing at these multiple exposures. I want to do this one day. I want to be that. Anyway, I read his ebook and then gave it a try and just pushed myself. Oh, here's the guy. And we'll stick this link in the YouTube description for you if you want to take a look and know the tech. But what I want to show you here is really just where my mind was. So I started off in the morning and attempted immediate double exposure, or actually this is a quadruple exposure, and womp womp, not so great. But here's where I started with the image that I actually really enjoyed. So this is just my Photo A1 pointed at the wall behind them to silhouette them. I cooled down my white balance so that it would have a nice cool tone to it. So it's not a gel, just cooled down my white balance. And then from there, I started layering on. Now, the nice thing about the way that I photographed these is I saved the images separately that I ended up layering on. So there's all the images, right? And then there's the first round of layering, and this is 6 images there. These are actually all chandeliers from the ceremony. So I was up in the balcony photographing and decided that I really liked these images. So I tried a few more times what I didn't like, so this didn't look so great, so moved on. I actually started warming up my white balance, you can see here, to 10,000 Kelvin, and that I liked. I liked the contrast of the warm and cool tones, so I stuck with that later, but not before experimenting by putting them on a wall, putting them on a building. Didn't like these. And then finally we got to the reception and I found the chandelier that I ended up using and experimenting with. I didn't particularly like this one, so I kept going. This one I definitely didn't like, so I kept going, and eventually I ended up with, I believe, this one. And that was a little bit better. And then I brought it in Photoshop and added a little bit of contrast, cleaned up their silhouette, because you can see right in there, you know, got a little icky here, and we definitely want to clean that up because that's distracting. And that's where I ended up. So I wanted to show you those steps along the way that essentially, you know, we're not perfect. And I think as creatives, we tend to think if we try something new in photography, it has to be perfect the first time, and it just doesn't. I want you to take the advice I gave you in the article, get out there, get creative, and then get your butt back here next month in Shutter Mag. All right. Oh, and here's the other one right there. So I just had that silhouette from the beginning I showed you, as well as that exit sign in the reception hall. Just 2 exposures, and that's what we ended up with. The other one, this is, I want to say 10 to 12 exposures, so it's a lot of them. But get out there, do something fun, push yourself, challenge yourself, and end up with a little something extra that gives you a pep in your photography step. I will see you guys next month.